All right, gather round, children. Uncle Barney is about to drop some knowledge. And no, this is not going to be fun, which is how you know it's serious. Iran just issued a very clear message to the United States. You hit us, we hit back. Not a metaphor, not a pickup line, an actual threat. And judging by what's happening on the ground, things are already way past awkward first date and deep into messy breakup with property damage. According to BBC sources and human rights activists, hundreds of protesters have been killed as the Iranian government tightens its grip. One source in Tehran put it like this: "Things here are very, very bad." Translation: apocalyptically bad. Live ammunition, streets soaked in blood, bodies being hauled away in trucks like it's a warehouse clearance sale, except the merchandise is human lives. The BBC counted roughly 180 body bags in footage from a morgue near Tehran. Meanwhile, the human rights activist news agency says it has verified 495 dead protesters and 48 security personnel nationwide. Another 10,600 people detained in just 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Now enter the United States, because of course we do. President Donald Trump says Iranian leaders have called him and want to negotiate, which sounds promising, except for the part where he also added the U.S. may have to act before a meeting. Ah, yes, the classic, let's talk after I threaten you with several very large sticks. Trump hasn't explained what acting means, but officials say he's been briefed on military strike options. Other ideas on the table? Cyber warfare, online destabilization, and more sanctions, because nothing says diplomacy like turning the pressure dial to 11. Iran's response? Their parliament speaker warned that if the U.S. attacks, Israel and U.S. military and shipping targets in the region become fair game. So yeah, this isn't a chess match anymore, it's Jenga, and someone just kicked the table. What started as protests over soaring inflation has now turned into something far bigger. Calls for an end to the rule of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The government's response? Protesters are now labeled enemies of God, an accusation that conveniently carries the death penalty. Khamenei, meanwhile, dismissed protesters as vandals, trying to please Trump, because when people are dying in the streets, clearly the real problem is public relations. Hospitals are overwhelmed. One hospital in Resht reportedly received 70 bodies in a single night. A health worker in Tehran described victims arriving with gunshot wounds to the head and heart, many dying before doctors could even try to help. International journalists can't report from inside Iran. The internet has been shut down. Information is leaking out through blurred videos of morgues filled with body bags, cries of families searching for loved ones, and gunfire echoing through cities like Mashhad and Tehran. And yes, this is all happening while the country declares 3 days of mourning for what it calls martyrs killed in a national battle against the U.S. and Israel. Meanwhile, the exiled son of Iran's last Shah, Reza Pahlavi, tells protesters the world is watching and claims cracks are forming inside the regime, claims the BBC can't verify, which protesters clearly want to believe. Bottom line? This isn't a headline. It's a pressure cooker, and the lid is already rattling. So no jokes, no punchlines, just this. When people are dying, when voices are silenced, when streets turn into war zones, that's not politics anymore. That's history being written in real time. And trust me, this is one story you don't want to hear end with, wait for it.
Up because it's going to be legend, wait for it, dairy. Good night, everyone.